Call the roll. Aldrich. Here. Bigford. Here. Helmrich.
Here.
Marcy.
Here.
Osmond here. We have a quorum. And we will now do the Pledge of Allegiance. Everybody would please stand if you're able.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Mr. Franco, would you like to go over the Zoom instructions, please?
I would. Zoom instructions. Please say your name before speaking and before making a motion. Please mute yourself when you are not speaking. *6 if you are on the phone. Do not click unknown links that may be shared in Zoom chat. The township does not disseminate information with this function. The meeting is being recorded. Please be respectful of those speaking and do not interrupt. If anyone is disruptive to the point of preventing the township board from conducting business, you will get one warning before being removed from the meeting. If there is a problem with Zoom, the meeting will be reset utilizing the same meeting information. If the meeting is unable to continue, a notice will be issued on the township website and Facebook page. A reminder to board commission members that emailing and texting is not allowed during the public meeting. Please be patient as we are all learning a new system. We will attempt to be as deliberate as possible and get through this as a team. Thank you.
Franco. I would entertain a motion to approve the agenda for this special meeting.
I move to approve the agenda as presented.
I'll support.
Motion and support. Is there any further discussion? I'll call the roll. Bigford.
Yes.
Marcy.
Yes.
Aldrich.
Yes.
Helmrich.
Yes.
Osmond. Yes. Motion carries. Then I believe we should have someone on the Zoom call from C2AE.
Yeah.
Make a brief presentation.
Hi, this is Roger Marks. Rusty Owens is also on the call. Thanks
Can we
for
turn the
having us
volume
tonight.
up?
And also thanks for letting me adjust and not be there in person. Bit of cold today and I didn't need to sneeze all over you. What I'd like to do pretty quickly, go over the location map and then some.
Sir, we're having trouble
Hold on,
hearing you.
yeah.
Hold on a second.
Is this better?
No, hold on one
It's-
second,
it's
Roger.
coming. And
Okay,
if you wouldn't mind starting over with an introduction of who you are. Thank you, sorry.
The volume is way up. I don't know why.
Where's the volume coming from?
It's coming from the TV.
The speaker on the top.
Okay. What about on your computer? Is
Nope,
it-
it's not the computer. My computer's all the way up. Can you just say something again, Mark or Roger, to see if we can hear you clearly?
sure. Can you hear me now?
It's very quiet.
Can you, maybe you
Oh.
can get closer to the
Maybe he
microphone?
turns
Let me
mic-
reconnect the thing.
He might just not be close to his mic.
Jen, is that the TV remote? Yeah, because I mean, look, when I turn it and it says
Let me
58.
see if this is better. Is that better?
No,
Can we invite someone
Oh.
else on the Zoom to talk, to compare it, to see if it's us or Roger?
Yeah, Rusty, would you say something?
Can you hear me?
No.
It's all the same. Oh, it's gotta be under settings.
We all scooch up.
Because I think it should be, it's on the TV and it should, how do I control that volume of that? I know I tried.
Roger, would you try speaking again?
Sure. How's it going now?
Better. Sorry,
Hey.
technology, thank you.
I'm glad we got it. Tell me at any time if it cuts out a little bit. Some of it could be a mute while I sneeze or whatever, so I'll be careful. So I'm Roger Marks from C2AE. Thanks for having me today, and thank you for allowing me to do this Zoom instead of in person. Got a little cold going on. And I'd like to go over just three main things. I'll be brief. One is the location. We'll review where the trail work is proposed. 2 is to give you just a quick look at the plan view in the areas that are of most interest to the township, and a little bit of a zoom in on an aerial. And then finally, we'll flash up the funding that is the whole project, but focusing, of course, on the Natural Resources Trust Fund. So I will move forward with a share screen. So we need to enable it from that direction, please. Host disabled participant screen sharing. So I think that's a pretty easy setting.
Participants right there.
There we go. Okay. So this is a simple, quick review of the map. So you have in this green, we have existing Blue Star Trail through kind of the middle of the map, also to the north and to the south. So the major connections over time will be north to the Holland metro area, and then south down to as far as the Calhaven Trail. Pretty exciting connections when all that gets built. The areas of interest for this particular project and grant applications, I'll say the TAP because it's already gone out, and then the trust fund, which we're talking about today, are split into 4 pieces. The first 2 are in the city at the bridge and then out to the township. And then the third one is within the township up to Allegan Road, connecting with existing trail, and then around the park and cemetery to come up to the existing trail on the north end. Do you have any questions about location that we should talk about?
Roger, I hate to interrupt you. Could you go into like a full view mode of the map?
Just so it's larger, it's quite small.
No problem. Is that better?
That's better. Yeah, thank
Thank
you.
There we go. Okay, so I'll just do that again. This area 1, area 2 are within the city. This area here, the area 1 is about that connection across the bridge, which is very time consuming, costly, and important to get this done. So area 3 is in the township to go to existing pathway, and area 4 goes through around the park, through the park and around the cemetery to connect to the north. How's that?
Much better.
Okay, good. I'll make sure we're zooming in as we go. Any questions about location then?
No.
Okay, I will flash up and not go over it in great detail. Feel free to ask questions about any of this. Area here along Blue Star Highway, we have a section of separated trail from the roadway that will require some retaining wall in order to meet the edge grades. And then in this middle area, it's also separated from the highway and will require just a, I won't point at the sections, but it's a hot mix asphalt section that will not need special retaining walls or any special types of construction. And then this red area at the far right denotes where we're going to have to do the separated trail with the wood boardwalk. And then that'll get us to the intersection here. There'll be some details across Old Allegan Road. Okay. And then we're showing the section through the park and around the cemetery. So similarly, this can be built as more of a standard hot mix asphalt trail until we get to this small area on the left area of the screen, which has some environmentally sensitive portions. And then the rest of it can be built across the park and then next to the cemetery in a normal hot mix asphalt surface to a point where we will cross Holland Street. And that's all I have for the details of the location. Any questions there? Okay. And then finally, lots of numbers. These are the breakdowns, which I believe you've seen between the totals, the city of Saugatuck Township, for each of the pieces of the project. And then at the bottom here is the breakdown for City of Saugatuck, Saugatuck Township, and then Friends of the Trail to meet those totals. Now, you've already applied for the Transportation Alternative Program grants, which goes through MDOT. Those are rolling applications that are continuous throughout the year and approximately quarterly. And it shouldn't be too much longer than a month or two that you'll have the information on whether that grant is secured, or at least additional questions that the MDOT reviewers may have on that one. They bring quite a team of professionals to review these grant applications, and sometimes they get very detailed in order to make sure that we've got something that's constructible. I will say that this project checks a lot of boxes for Transportation Alternative Program. Then what we're talking about today, as far as the hearing goes and the resolution that will be before the board, is the Natural Resources Trust Fund grant here. And that is a once-a-year application, which is coming due in April. And then you should know in August whether you're on track to get those funds. And then by December, it should be available for use. I believe that does all the funding comments I have. Any questions about that? Very good. Okay. Thank you. And I will stop share for the moment, and then I'd be happy to entertain any questions you have at all.
Questions for? Not
Yes,
seeing any. I have somebody from the public who would like to speak.
I'm Sky Sadam, and I have the property at 6605 North Street. And I'm interested, which is down at the bottom of Maple, and I'm interested where you're gonna cut across North Street to the park in that particular area. In the red area and 4.
I'd be happy to share that piece, and maybe you can help me point to the proper location. Sharing screen again. Okay, you should see that. And then you said you're by Maple.
I'm at the bottom of North Street, and my driveway is what look, I'm wondering where that piece leaves North Street and goes to the park. That's
Right
yeah,
here.
that's yeah.
Let me see.
Where are you turning off of North Street to go across?
This is an existing crosswalk here across North Street, and that's what we'll be using.
No.
Is that what
no,
you're asking?
No, that's not. Bring it down a little bit further. I want to know where the pink starts and where does that go across the
Oh, I see. Okay, so there's
Yeah.
a creek right here where the creek
Yes.
gets pretty close to the road. That's where it will cross. So it's rather close to the north edge of the park.
How far is it from the end of Maple Street?
I'm sorry, the way I'm doing it right now, I don't have scale capabilities. So I could supply that after the meeting, but I don't have that right
Do
here.
you actually know where it's going to cross the wetlands there?
Yes,
Is that pink route indicating where you're actually going?
yes. Lots of details to be done once the funding is set, and that exact spot could move a little bit, but that's right there is the targeted location to get it done.
Is
Yes.
there any chance I could have a copy of that?
I think these are publicly available. Am I wrong?
I can make a copy for you.
I appreciate it.
Pleasure.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Is there anybody else from the public that would like to make a comment for the bike trail public input section? Yes, state your name and address.
My name is Chris Clark. I'm a resident of Saugatuck Township on 63rd Street. I'm serving on the special committee on the rural character with the Planning Commission. I'm an avid cyclist and hiker, and I am totally in support of the a big fan of the Blue Star Trail, and I'm just want to say that I totally support this grant application, and I'm grateful that the township is considering this support.
Thank you. Is there someone else that would like to speak?
Yes, I'm John Mayline at 612 LaGrange Street in South Haven, Michigan. I'm a longtime supporter of the trail. Appreciate all the work the board has done on this over the last few years, and I really looking forward to when the trail comes all the way into downtown South Haven. So thank you again for all your support.
Thank you. Is there anyone else in the audience that would like to make a comment?
Yes, I would.
Mr. Bird?
Oh, you can do it then. Yeah, hi, Dana Bird, 6871 Wiley Township resident. I sent a letter to Daniel in support. So I assume you got that, and support the trail. Thanks.
Thank you. Next.
Ken Butler on behalf of the Parks and Rec Commission. Unfortunately, Chairman Searing couldn't be here tonight, but we approved this unanimously, and it can't happen soon enough. And everything that he said.
Thank you.
I'll stand up. This is Kevin Whiteford. I am running for 38th District State House, but I've been involved with the Blue Star Highway from the beginning. I was one of the originators. I am very excited about this piece. My wife and I have taken bike rides to Kalamazoo. And so when this whole thing gets connected, it's really gonna be a cool thing. So thank you for the work you guys have done over the years too.
Thank you, Mr. Whiteford. Is there someone else that would like to speak from the audience regarding the bike trail?
There's someone
Yes,
else.
Someone on hands? Yes, Mr. Waskins.
Yes, Dick Waskins, 6576 Heron Ridge Road, Saugatuck Township. I want to congratulate and thank the township for their continued support for this project. I'm really excited when it comes down because it's going to come right down to my running route, and I enjoy taking that trail. And it's been a long time, and hopefully I'll still be around to use it when it's finally built. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else that would like to make a public comment regarding the bike trail? Anybody on the screen that would like to make a comment? From the public? Hearing none. We will close the public comment section of the meeting.
I'd like to make a public comment. I'm sorry, I'm a bit late here.
Okay, go ahead, state your name.
My
and
name's
address.
June. I'm Tony Perrine and my partner Jerry DeVries. We live on 3446 Holland Street in the township. And we are also super excited about this trail continuing and being completed eventually. So we just want to add our voice of support. And thank you to all of you for your hard work on this project. It's really appreciated.
Thank you very much. Last call. Any more public comment on the bike trail? Okay, so thank you, Roger and Rusty, for being here. This is the second time I got to hear you today, so.
Thank you. Thanks for having us. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Public comment. Public comment on anything
No,
else
that's-
before we. We have a public meeting and we have to have a section for public.
It's not on the
comment.
agenda.
I know.
Public hearing's over. Sorry.
Public hearing is over, but if anybody would like to make another public comment about a different topic, please feel free to use 3 minutes of our time. Seeing none, we'll close the public comment. And I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
I'll support. We have set, I don't have to call the roll. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed?
And then we recess till.
Then we recess till 6 o'clock.
Okay. Good, because I gotta get my packet and I hate packet. I have to hang around real quick. Do you want to hang around?
Sorry.
Yeah.